Hi, this is Brooke. Excuse me. So, in reflection for all of this, what I recognized was the first meeting I had towards the beginning of the year was chaotic. There wasn't lunch, so everyone was hungry. They were looking at their watches. I was frazzled, so my stuff I hadn't had a chance to make the copies I needed to start on time. I don't respond well to chaos, and it was chaos. And I felt like that the teacher's time it didn't feel like the time was as valuable. This last stuff meeting that we had was amazing with this new system. It was so smooth, and what I loved about it too was that the teachers were empowered to do the learning. And I liked that because in the course, you had us create lesson plans to share our information with other teachers and educators in the course. And that's where I learned that from. So I hadn't thought of doing it that way. I really appreciated that. I also, just so you know, in that same light, when I had a board meeting and the board said, well, please explain to us experiential education, because I was trying to infuse that. That's the program I'm creating, and was getting some pushback from some of the older teachers who had been there longer, not necessarily older than me, but been there a lot longer. And so I created short lesson plans for groups of board members to do so that they could experience experiential learning, and gave them my papers that I've written on that. That's kind of my philosophy on it. So, I mean, that's been very helpful to me, so I really appreciate that tool. So basically, the takeaways from this for me was that having this be organized is huge for me, to feel more confident in what I'm sharing and to know that it's ready. That takes away some anxiety. The second thing is when the teachers experienced the small group learning and then sharing with each other, they didn't watch their watches to see if we were done on time, which I still want to respect, but it was great because they were very engaged. And then the following week, what I saw from the staff meeting we had was that teachers seemed excited. Their morale was up. They felt empowered. It kind of goes back to that Stephen Covey quote that I had inside of it that shared trust, character plus competence. I felt like we work on character all the time. They're a great group of humans, and we do Jewish values every single week, so I know that they're learning that too. But then competence, I think they felt more empowered. They had some answers for some of their struggles. And one of the teachers, even the week that we did the training, I said, well, feel free if you'd like to share with us, why do you think your morning didn't go well? I said, that's open to you if you feel like we can help. And he just said, I wasn't prepared. He said, I thought I was, but I wasn't. And I lost the kids at this one activity, and I really didn't get it back with them throughout the morning. It was partly me and partly just a disorganization of the morning. He said, and I don't want that to happen again. So we communicated after that, and I was able to share with him just a few tips throughout the week. And he was a changed person the next week. He had a great morning. And so I feel like all of this information, sharing it with them this year, and then adding new things next year is going to be really beneficial for them. And I loved just that kind of camaraderie too, the fact that they worked in small groups and had a chance to connect with each other. They seemed like a more connected crew than that last week of school that we had. And I'm very excited to see what happens with these trainings and this opportunity for them. One of the things that I want to do is really empower them more outside of me, because sometimes the school really exists with me and everybody. I'm kind of the gatekeeper, and I still will be. That's smart, but I'd like to empower the staff more. So the one thing I do want to show here is the Symbaloo. It basically is my works cited. I will tell you, when I first looked at Symbaloo, I was like, man, I don't know how I'll use this, but I'm going to do it because it's part of the coursework. But what I love about it is I have figured it out more. Everything that I used inside of this training is in here, and now it's my place to go to. I spent time looking for the best resources to work for our program, and now I can just go and get them. And it's brilliant. I want to keep adding to it, and I plan to do that. I really enjoyed the Kaizena and used some of those readings in my trainings for the teachers. I thought that it was a good way to kind of connect to the class and their thoughts in the reading. I liked that even more than the discussion boards. And just all in all, I hope I'm going to plan before the end of the year to go into the course and just make sure that all of the resources that you have inside of there for us, I just want to make sure that I have all of them in my portfolio of ideas for the teachers. And so I'll probably go in and make sure I have all of those added into Symblue. So I want to thank you, Ariel, for working with me, for being patient with me, for helping make this course something that really connects to me as a professional, and also for your humor. The creativity and humor, I found myself just giggling at different things that you would post, and I like that. So I just want to wish you the best. I hope I get to take another class with you before I graduate, and I just look forward to continued learning. Thanks.